Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going to learn how to set up WordPress website on Amazon LightSail. One of the simplest and also probably the most affordable ways to host a website on AWS. So if you are looking for a fast, low cost, and even a beginner friendly way to get your WordPress online without all the AWS complexity, then this video is for you. But before we dive into the hands-on demo, let's just take a minute to understand what Amazon LightSail is and why it's such a great option for your WordPress hosting. Now, Amazon LightSail is Amazon's simplified cloud hosting platform, similar to the way we have Hostinger, Namecheap, and the likes. Amazon LightSail is built for developers, startups, small businesses who want to deploy application quickly without going into the full complexity of AWS. And it provides you with pre-configured environments like WordPress, Node.js, and other LAMP stack environments that you can just launch in a few clicks. And the best part of it is that it offers predictable pricing for as low as $3.5 per month, which makes it perfect for small businesses and even blogs at most. One of the beautiful things of LightSail is that it includes all the essentials you need to run and manage your website, from virtual servers to built-in DNS, static IPs, and even SSL. Everything is in one place. Now, you can also easily back up your website with snapshots and track your performance with the integrated metrics dashboard that is on your LightSail console. And if your project should grow, LightSail integrates seamlessly with other AWS services such as the EC2 instance or even S3 buckets, giving you the flexibility you need to scale without migrating everything manually. Basically, for WordPress users, LightSail makes hosting incredibly easy. You simply select the WordPress blueprint, launch your instance, and your website is ready within minutes. And it comes pre-configured with Bitnami WordPress, which is definitely more secure and performance optimized out of the box. So now, let's get hands-on and walk through setting up WordPress on LightSail step by step. We are going to find our way to our AWS console, right, where you can see a lot of options for what you want to do. So we're just going to go to the search bar here and search for LightSail. So once you have the LightSail, we're just going to click it and open it in a new tab. So I'm just simply going to come here. So we are going to wait for that while it loads the dashboard. So we are going to have something here where we can create our instances. We can also do a lot of other things like containers, databases, networking, storage, and even your DNS management and snapshot for your instances. So, but we are going to go straight up into creating the WordPress for on LightSail. So the first thing we need to do is to click on create instance. So when you click on create instance, it's going to load the location, the region rather. So you select the region that is definitely close to you. So I'm just going to leave this because it's also close to where I am and it's just for demo purposes. But when you are creating, you'll select the region that is closest to your users, that will be or to you, so the people who will be visiting your website. It's very important. Now, once you've done that, the next thing we need to do is to select Linux as the platform because WordPress does not work on Windows. So yeah, we have to select Linux because WordPress is a PHP based or a LAMP stack based project. So Linux is the best option. So once we do that, by default, WordPress is selected. So you don't really need to do much here. But if you want to do or install other applications, probably you want to set up Django, GitLab, or any other application, you can just select it and everything is just going to work out of the box. But we're just going to select WordPress here for what we want to do. The next thing we'll move on to is the SSH key, which is what we can use to SSH into our server from our computer. So I'm going to leave it as default anyway, so it's going to generate one for us. And if you want to be able to take snapshots, that is backup, want to enable it, you can actually click here to enable automatic snapshot. Then you set the time that you want it to be, then it takes it automatically. But for this purpose of demo, we don't really need to do that. Then the next thing you need to do is to select your network type. By default, it's going to select the dual stack, so we'll leave it as that. Then the pricing, you can actually filter the price based on memory, processing power, storage, and also the data transfer. But we are going to go with the default $7. And LightSail also gives you the first 90 days free for this first three plans, so it works well for us. So once we've selected that, the next thing to do is to give our instance a name. So we're just going to leave it as WordPress one that way. And you can also create multiple instances of the same installation or this same image that we have here, or blueprints as it's being called. You can have multiple instances of it, but I'm just going to create one. So once I'm done doing that, the next thing I'm going to do is to click on create instance and wait while it's being provisioned. So as you can see, it has already been created, so we're just going to wait for this to show that it's running. And we have our WordPress instance running, so we're just going to open that to see what we have. So we can copy this IP address. So when we copy the IP address, we can actually view it here. I already have it open, but I'm just going to do it again. So paste it here, and we see that we have our WordPress running already. And to access the admin part of the WordPress, to log in and install your themes, do everything you want to do, we are going to come here and append /wp admin admin. So it takes us to the admin area of the WordPress where we can log in. So by default, the default username for your WordPress login is user. It's user. So we are going to copy that and we are going to paste that here. Now for us to get the WordPress admin, we are going to come back to this place and come to this bottom part where we have access default password, right? So we are going to click that. So the first thing we need to do is to launch the Cloud Shell. So I'm just going to click that. I've done that before. So you click on this copy, and if you should come here, you paste it there and allow that. So once you paste it, it's going to run and it's going to give you the default password of the WordPress account, right? So you copy that and you are going to come back here and paste the password, and voila, we are logged in into our WordPress admin dashboard. So from here, you can go about installing your themes, create content, and do everything you want to do on it. But I usually advise you create another admin user other than the default one, and probably delete the default one later on if you want to, but that is just the best. So it also comes pre-installed with some plugins that are here. These are not here, so you can actually delete all this. I don't think you need them. You don't probably don't need them. Delete them and install the ones you want to use. And you should also update the WordPress based on the time that you are installing it. So you should update to the latest version for security reasons. So we are going to go back into our setup. Let's close this for now. So we've done that, but we still have this, pointing to an IP address, which is not what we want. So we are also going to map this to a domain name, so we'll be able to access it. So let's get into that part. So for us to do that, we have to come back to our console, and from here we are going to SSH into the server. So I'm going to be using the browser based SSH client to access it. So I'm just going to click this. So we'll wait for it to load up. So now we have our Cloud Shell booted up. I'm just going to minimize that for now, and we need to do something real quick. So we are going to come to the networking tab, and under this IPv4 networking, we are going to attach a static IP to this instance. So just click here, attach static IP. So we are going to leave it as default name, but you can give the static IP, whatever name you want to give it. So, but it has to be unique. It has to be unique. So I'm just going to create and attach and wait for that to finish. So now that the process has been done, we've created a static IP address. Continue. We are going to copy the static address and we are going to point our domain name to it from wherever you get your domain name from. I'm not going to show that in this video, but I'm just going to do that in the background. Okay, so I've done that already and I have my domain name created already. So I'm using shop.veltsdigital.com. So right now you can see it's already pointing to the domain name, but it is not secure. We don't have the SSL set up already. So we are going to do that right now. We are going to set up the SSL for this domain name that we've just attached to our IP address. So we are going to go back to this place and go back to the SSH that we opened earlier. So let me just open that real quick. SSH. Yeah. So for us to be able to set that up, the first thing we need to know is that WordPress runs in the Bitnami root folder, which you can find here. So if we should ls here, let's see, ls. Okay, let me just close this and open it again. I think it's not responding, so I'm going to click on connect, connect by SSH, and let's wait for that to work. So I'm just going to ls now. Yeah, as you can see, we have the Bitnami stuff there and everything that we need. So we are going to go into this directory for us to set up the HTTPS. So I'm going to paste this command here and paste it here. Yeah. So when I run this command, what this does is it helps us to set up the SSL. So it's going to ask me for the domain name. So I'm going to put it here, shop.veltsdigital.com. So once I put that in, if you have a subdomain, probably this, because this is already a subdomain, it's not a fully qualified domain name. But let's assume my domain name is veltsdigital.com for my WordPress site. I'm just going to put it there. Then I'm going to put a equal subdomain like www. But I'm not using that, so I'm just going to put no. So once I've done that, it's going to ask me just to confirm that, and I'll say yeah. Then redirects. I'm going to reply with y. I agree to the changes. Yep. So it's going to ask me for an email address. So I'm just going to put admin@veltsdigital.com, and yep, let's see, yes. So we're just going to wait for Bitnami to do its thing to configure the HTTPS. So it's just going to take some time, so we just have to be patient. So while this is going on, some things that you should also consider to do, moving forward, is to ensure that you have you monitor your resource usage, because it's very easy to ignore that, and you also take regular snapshot of your instances. So if you did not set it up when you were creating the instance, you can still do it from here, where you can create snapshots. Then also you can set firewall rules for your instance from here. If you need to add a rule, probably you need to open a port or something, you can always do that from here. You can add a new rule and save it up. So that's just that. Then also it's also important for you to know where WordPress is stored on your instance, right? Because you might need to back up manually, or you might want to transfer your files manually. So it's also important that you know where that is. So I'm just going to show you where it is. So for you to access that, WordPress is inside the Bitnami folder in the opt directory. So I'm just going to do opt Bitnami. Then if you should ls, you are going to see WordPress, right? So we're going to see the WordPress, right, and ls. So this is where you can find your WordPress files and every other thing. Probably you want to edit your WP config manually, you can actually do that from here. So let's see if our SSL that we issued is already active. So I'm going to refresh now, and as you can see, our HTTPS is active and our WordPress is also active. Yep. So basically, I think that's just it. Now that our WordPress website is active on LightSail. So you can see that in just a few minutes, we've launched a secure, scalable website that's perfect for beginners and also for small projects. So if you found this tutorial helpful or this video helpful, please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe for more AWS and cloud tutorials. And drop in the comment section if you would like me to cover the SSL automation, though it is automated here, backups, or even migration to EC2 instance next. Or probably if you want to see how you can use S3 buckets to back up your WordPress images directly from your WordPress installation, you can also let me know so I can work on that. So thank you for watching and see you in the next one.